Okay, beautiful people. Welcome to today's session. On today's session, we're gonna be mainly focusing on the theory of breaker blocks. Um, so when we talk about a breaker block, we are simply talking about what the definition of a breaker block is just simply here. It states that okay, this occurs when the market breaks a low or a high without creating any reaction or consolidation. You understand? So this simply occurs to what when the market breaks a high or a low, depending on the trend. So which means on a downtrend, if the market breaks a low without any reaction, you understand? I'm gonna show you guys an example of what I'm talking about. And then yeah, without any reaction, there's a high possibility of the market coming back to testing that level again. You understand? So such movement is called what? It's called a breaker block. So a breaker block also creates what a form of liquidity or inducement. You understand? That might be used in what in future. You understand? So it's always important for you to know that okay, with breaker blocks they are tradable, but then sometimes it's more of you understanding them for the sake of understanding them because of sometimes it's just for you to take them. You understand? But then the overall thing here is just to be able to know that okay, sometimes when you see an inducement, you'll know that okay, there was a breaker block, a possible breaker block, or liquidity, there was a possible breaker block at a certain level. And sometimes breaker blocks are also quality to trade. Understand? Your breaker block will be your last candle that the market leaves before it breaks a high or a low. You understand? So this is the statement I'm talking about here. That okay, your last breaker block, your breaker block actually, it's gonna be the last candlestick the market left, gonna get left. I mean, before it broke your high or it broke your low. You understand? So okay, let me just give you like sort of a proper example of like how a breaker block is mainly formed. So let's say that okay, we're currently pushing on an uptrend, right? The market breaks this level here. So technically, when the market breaks this level here, we know that okay, we have what we have a POS, right? The market broke the structure. So technically, when the market breaks this level, you understand, it breaks it with what one huge candlestick. It breaks it with one huge candlestick without any reaction. You understand? It's breaking this level here. You understand? It just breaks this level here. So let me just give you that proper example. So let's say that okay, we have some candlesticks here, and then let's say you have another one here. It's weird now. It's fine. So let's say this is how the whole thing is. So the breakup block is when the market does what? Is when the market breaks this level here. It breaks your high. It breaks your high without doing what? Without reacting. Reacting meaning that okay, there might be a sort of what consolidation within this level, and then the market breaks. Even if you have a candlestick that has like a wick here. So let's say that okay, you have a structure like this now. So what I'm saying is that okay, even if you have like a candlestick that comes at this level and then it stops, it creates a wick. It creates a wick. It creates a wick, and then it breaks the level afterwards. And it breaks the level afterwards. It breaks the level afterwards. This is not considered as what as a breaker block. You understand? Because of what the market reacted. The market reacted at this level here. You understand? So the same thing with the bearish movement. If you have a bearish movement where the market is dropping, and then since all the market will be dropping, let me just give you guys an example. Since all the market will be dropping, then the market comes back to this level. Let me say the market is currently here. So a breaker block here, we have what? The breaker of structure here. The breaker of structure within that level there. So now your breaker block will be when the market does what? Even if like it is from here, okay, from there it can be like that. So let me just put it like this. It's here. Then it passes this level here. It passes this level here without any reaction, which means that okay, the candlestick is just the one shooting down candlestick. This means that okay, we have what we call a breaker block. Understand? So this is what we call it, a breaker block. Understand? So like I said, the breaker block What happens is that, okay, since all the market will be breaking that level with such movements, the market will have to come back and do it and test the level. Instead, the market has to do what? Has to come back to this level here. Let me just put this guy here. The market will have to come back to this level here, come back, test it, tap into it, and then push it downside afterwards. Then I'm gonna show you guys like sort of examples of the possible movements that you can see from breaker blocks. So these are the examples of it. So these are the two examples of the breaker blocks. Instead, I'm gonna start with the first one. So now, for example, let's say that okay, we're currently pushing on an uptrend, right? The market gives us what? The market gives us a breaker of structure here, and then grabs its liquidity, and then comes back shooting to the downside, right? So what happens is that okay, the market comes and mitigate our order block, and then it pushes to the upside. So once the market pushes to the upside, what happens is that okay, the market tends to do it. The market tends to break this level here and go up. So which means here, the candlestick that we're looking for is what? It's that long candlestick here. Yes, so the market breaks that level, and then the market comes back. Instant, the market comes back to respect the breaker block. So how do you like go about trading this breaker block thing? So essentially, you see that okay, the market pushed the upside, right? And then it left what? It left you with a bullish candlestick. That bullish candlestick from this buying trend here. Instead, we're gonna use it as your entering candlestick. Instead, so which means it's gonna act as like your order block in a way, but then this one is a breaker block. Instead, you're gonna hold that candlestick, and then the market will come back to that candlestick, tap into it, and then start pushing to the upside if possible. Instead, so this is how you go about like understanding the theory of what of breaker blocks. Okay, so the second example is gonna be here on what do you call this thing? On a downtrend, the market is pushing to the downside. So the market gives us a breaker of structure, it grabs its liquidity, then shoots up, it mitigates this other block. Beautiful things. But then look what happens. When the market goes down to hit our targets here, and the market goes down to hit our targets and creates a new breaker of structure, it gives us what? A breaker block, which means there was a long selling candlestick that broke this level without any reaction. So technically, when you have such things, since you know that okay, you're on a bearish trend here, the last selling candlestick from that bearish trend, you can highlight it, and then that's gonna be what the breaker block. There's a high possibility of the market coming back to this level, respecting it, and then pushing to the downside. So these are the two structures that you guys should be able to do it. These are the two structures that you guys should be able to understand. You need to invest your time on. And then we're gonna talk about what now? We're gonna talk about the change of market character breaker blocks. So on this one here, it's very simple. We are currently pushing on a bearish trend, right? The market breaks our low, it grabs its liquidity, and then it fails to respect this high here. And then it goes up. Once it goes up, it grabs its liquidity. Technically, once it breaks that level, we know that okay, we're introduced to a change of market character. And then the market comes back down to our breaker block. So which means from this bullish movement here, the last buying candlestick is gonna act as your breaker block. The market comes, taps into your breaker block, and then start pushing to the upside. That's how simple the breaker block is. You understand? So the same thing with this movement here. We are currently pushing on a bullish trend, but we're switching to a bearish trend. So now what happens is that okay, the market gives us a breaker of structure, it grabs its liquidity, it goes down, it fails to respect our order block, right? Then what does it do? It gives us what? A change of market character. It gives us a change of market character, then it grabs its liquidity, and then it goes up to our breaker block, which means the last selling candlestick from this bullish movement, from this bearish movement here. And as our breaker block, and then you enter at this level here, enter at that level, and then start taking yourself to the downside. You understand? So what is important here? What is important is that okay, you need to be able to understand the whole theory of what of breaker blocks. You understand? Like I said on the theory phase, that okay, a breaker block can sometimes act as an inducement or liquidity that can be used in future cases. You understand? So now I'm gonna show you guys that okay, this is how a breaker block can be used as an inducement and a liquidity. So very simple concept. You understand? So let's talk about this one here first. We have a breaker of structure here. The market grabs its liquidity. So technically you can see that okay, you're on a buying market. You understand? The market grabs its liquidity, it pushes down, Understand? So which means now the reason why it came back down, it was because of what? It was because of there's a breakup block here. So let's say that, okay, there's a breakup block here. The market comes back down to respect that level there. It taps into it and then pushes up. You understand? But not give us what a strong movement or anything like that. You understand? Such movements here, they can be considered as what? As liquidity. Then the market will come back to tap into your point of interest and then start giving you your buys. So this is how your breakup block acts as liquid as a form of liquidity. You understand? So it's a very simple concept. It's a very simple concept. And then we're going to talk about the breakup block acting as an inducement. We are currently pushing on a bearish trend. We get a breakout of structure. We grab off our liquidity. And then the market, this means that, okay, that was what? Let's say maybe there was a breakup block. Okay, because the breakup block depends on the candlestick. Let's say that the candlestick was just, this was the last selling candlestick. So which means this was our breakup block here. Understand? So that breakup block, the market taps into it only to find out that, okay, this guy here, he created what? Inducement. So the market went down, you entered here, the market goes down. Okay, you're in profits, then the stop loss get hit in break even, then you see that, okay, oh, that breakup block now changed to be what? To be an inducement. It takes that inducement and then come back pushing to the downside. Understand? So guys, this is how a breakup block goes about. This is how simple a breakup block is, simple for you to trade. And then yeah, thank you guys. The next video is going to be about me explaining to you guys, like in chat wise, showing you guys like the practical examples of how to approach breakup blocks. Thank you.